How you guys doing? It's the car crazy guy here from Santa Clarita. It's been a while since I've put a video up, but I've done this cool mod to my truck, and this is like the ultimate mod. You guys are gonna love this mod. I did something to my interior. I did some exterior things too, and let me show you here. Let me go ahead and open the door here, and this is the killer interior that I got. Oh my God, look at that! You know how much money I spent to do this? Oh man. Yeah, I did it. I bought myself a 2021 F150 limited 4x4, and I went with this engine choice, the Power Boost. And this truck is amazing, let me tell you. Although there was a few things I didn't catch when I bought it. I actually had one on order. I placed that order in early January. Believe it or not, it's still not built. I decided with all the chip shortages and vehicle shortages, it's time to buy one. So I found one in stock in Costa Mesa, which is about 75 to 80 miles each direction. So I went ahead and I picked up this. And even though the original one I ordered had every option this one has, except for the seating where it folds flat and the bottom pops up again, this one does have the work surface, but this one's carbonized gray. And this one has 22s. It's got every option under the sun. There were a few flaws. I'm going to point those out to you. A couple of them were actually damaged. A couple of them I fixed. It had a little tiny ding right here, somewhere in this area. This chrome piece at the very bottom was scratched up, so I replaced it. Again, it's just too hard to play games with the dealership. And I find a lot of times they just mess up your car. So there was also, I don't know if it was probably a stamping error, but somewhere down here in this area here, in the curvature, there was some dings, kind of ripples. We'll just say more of a ripple. So I have a really good PDR guy, and this guy's amazing. He fixed it. Those are just minor things, but I'm so picky, I just figured it's really inexpensive to have these guys come out to you. The other thing that was damaged was this sill, and it was bent, so it turned white, you know, when you bend plastic. So it was right here. Easy fix, 20 bucks. And then I found some touch-up paint, and I thought, that's kind of weird. So let me polish it and see if I can smooth it out. And if you look right here, I don't know if it'll even catch it. I'll put my finger there so you can see it. That little black dot cleared over. There's another one also. This one wasn't touched up, but you really have to be looking for these things, and they're so minor, and sometimes I can't even find it. It's right here. Right. Get my finger there, it'll actually focus. Yeah, maybe it won't, but it's right about there. It's a little black spot. Really the size of a pinpoint. And the biggest thing that I didn't like about this truck, well, there's a little tiny scratch here too. I'm just gonna show you. And like I said, these are really hard to see, but those little two dots right there. However, the biggest thing that really irritated me was inside this gap. And if you look right about here, there is a little dot. This rubber gasket, believe it or not, is not standard with an F-150. I bought that off Amazon because it's actually pretty bad behind there. It's basically a blob of seam sealer. And I guess when they put this truck together, the machine had a fart and stuck a little blob back there, and then they painted over it. So you can't just peel it off because it just takes off the paint of the truck. So I bought this little piece of trim, and as you can see, it goes all the way around to the other side and to the same spot, and it looks just factory. Now, sure, you can see a little of it, but it's so small, indistinguishable. No big deal. But stuff like this, I guess my problem is I'm just kind of a perfectionist, and stuff like that bugs me. But, you know, I just got to get over it and enjoy it. Now, I'll tell you what, it drives like a dream. It's so smooth. It's so quiet. That was one of the biggest things I noticed. Super quiet. The gas mileage, almost 24 mpg on a short trip. For a big truck like this with 430 horsepower and 570 pound-feet of torque. Now, the first mod that I did, not much of a mod, is this bed liner from Linux. So I took it to my local Linux dealer, and they removed all the box link cleats, the lights. I also have, because it's a limited, you get the highest power outage, power wattage, I should say. So I can get in here. So I've got the 7.2 kilowatt, basically the generator. So that's pretty cool. They forgot to give me the cleats, so after complaining to them for a little bit, they sent me some from the dealership. I love the way this thing works. It's just pretty cool. And you can also, with your key fob, hit the button here. You can lower your tailgate. That's a pretty cool feature. I like that. Also goes up too. It's got the I don't know if you can call this a work surface, but it's got a ruler built into it and a phone holder, cup holder perhaps. Here's the inside of it. They did a pretty nice job. A couple little tiny blobs, but really small, no big deal. I also have a new tonneau cover coming, which is Back Industries Revolver X4S, which is their newest model, which gives you black underneath. Bracketry is black. They have some upgrades to the seals because mine were peeling up and I wasn't very happy with it. I do have that old cover available. Thinking about putting it on here, and I realize it may not fit correctly, and I really don't want to mess with taking it on and off a whole bunch of times and trying to adjust it. So I ordered a new one. Pretty decent deal at, I think it was $929. So with tax, $1,004. So I've got that coming. I should see that in a couple weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. Let's go ahead and put the tailgate back up so my garage door doesn't shut on it by accident. We'll get into some of the interior. We'll go start with the back first here. You have the power running boards. And the interior is just really nice. It's so nice inside here. The only option I'm missing, like I said, is the, I forget what they call it. It's the seats that fold. The bottom actually moves upward to meet the back. But I don't plan on living in this truck because I have a house to live in, so I could easily just forgive that. But it comes with the limited floor mats. And you do have that cool sunroof, although the shade isn't open all the way. Door panels are really nice too. At night they light up inside the little cubbies here, down here. And I'm not mistaken, this is leather with stitching on it. And I don't know if this carbon fiber is real, but it could be. You just never know. I've heard it's real, but what do I know? It may be fake. And then of course it has your digital instrument cluster and the 12-inch screen. And of course it has the folding shifter. And of course mine has the interior work surface, so you can literally just fold that flat so you can eat your cheeseburgers on there. I don't really eat in vehicles, so however, it makes a nice place if you have to do any type of work, writing, etc. And I also have an engine block heater too, which I don't know why I would need that, but that's how the dealer ordered it. And then if you push this button down here, and we'll retract it again. And like I said, the inside is really nice. It's a really, really nice truck. Now, you're probably wondering, what did I get rid of? Because if you look in the street, there's no cars in the street anymore. It's empty. I'm down to 3 cars again. So, and I haven't shown you this car, but I had a Fusion, which I was going to show you, but I never did because it wasn't very exciting. But I ended up doing a lease transfer on it and got rid of it. But prior to that, I actually bought a 2020 Honda Clarity, and I don't know if some of you have seen this before, but it's the Reviver. It's the R plate, not the R plate Pro. It's a digital license plate. I'm sure you'll get a kick out of that. I know you like my plate. So I bought that. I put that on here too, and the Car Crazy plate's on there. But I got a new plate for my first truck, which is my 19 F150 that you saw previously. So when I sold the truck, of course, you always retain your plate. So I've got Truck Crazy. I don't think I'll go digital because I like the black and yellow. And of course with digital, you get a monochrome plate. So what did I do? I actually sold my Civic Type R about 2.5 months ago, which lived in this spot right here. And I got a pretty decent offer on it. Cars right now, the used car market is bonkers. So when you sell your used car, if you have a popular model that people want, they're gonna pay for it. So I got $37,000 for it. I gave the person everything that was in it. Floor mats, I had the red mats, and didn't do too many things to it. But I sold that, and then I sold my truck to an online car buying service for $38,600 and I think it was $88. So theoretically, I lost $288 on my other truck. Now, you knew that I did a lot of mods to it. However, I took practically everything off of it, and I sold just about everything except for 2 things. The wheel well liners, which this truck came with as a standard feature because you have a limited, and it comes with pretty much every option. And the tonneau cover, which is difficult to sell because most people locally don't seem to want it. Now, mine, what happened to mine was that since the seals were peeling up, I got a new actual cover for it from Back Industries. They want you to basically damage your old one so they can reinstate your warranty. So anyways, I haven't done that yet, but anybody who wants a tonneau cover, they sent me the X4S version of it, which is the updated one with the updated seals and black aluminum underneath. It's a lot nicer than the X4. So I have that, and I'm selling it for $700 because those are over $1,000. And the rails are like new. The only thing that's, again, the only thing that's not new are the rails. The cover is brand new in a box. So I have that. If you're interested, reach out to me at thecarcrazyguy@gmail.com and just put in the header what it's regarding. So if you're interested in any of those things, those 2 things I have. I also have the seat release mechanism that I took out of my truck. So that's for the rear driver's side. So if you want to pop your back open and put stuff back there, I'm not going to bother with it on this truck. So I think it's made by Built Right Industries. So I have those three things for sale. And if you want the wheel well liners, those are I think about 170 new. Since they're used, I'm just going to sell them for about $80. So you have to come get them. I can't ship them. They're just too large, not worth the price of shipping plus the item. So anyways, I left on my old truck. I got everything off it. My friend had a 2020 that he bought. So what I did was I traded the wheels for his, which were on this truck originally. So I got back the original wheels and tires, not the same ones, but his. And I sold him my 20s for $400, which is a fair exchange. And he gave me his old wheels and tires plus $400. I sold the headlights. I sold, God, there's so many things I sold. The only thing I had to leave on the truck were the badges. So I had the black badge in the front, the one on the tailgate, the 2 F150s. Those ones are still on the truck. I think that's pretty much it. Those are the only things that were on the truck. So you figure I have $500-600 of stuff I couldn't remove because you would literally just damage them taking them off. So I'll show you what the front looks like. It's a very handsome truck. So I'm really happy to have it. Now, I had sold all the parts. I sold my truck. I sold my Civic Type R, which I have the titles to. So I raised a little under $80,000. So I sold all the parts, and with my tax, I wouldn't say I call it tax, more of a rebate on my electric car from Edison. I got $1,000. So I had about $81,000. I had some state and federal taxes to pay. So when I took out the loan, I took out a loan for 10 grand, and then I refinanced it at my credit union because the Ford dealership, their finance rates are standard at 5.9%, which is a ripoff because I can get a rate for about half that. So took it to my credit union, paid off that loan, and then I decided I didn't want to finance 10 grand. I only financed 5 grand. So I have a $5,000 loan. I did 24 months at $215 a month, and I'm going to pay this loan off early, probably 3 to 4 months. I'm going to get rid of it because I don't want a car payment, and it'll be nice having the title to this thing anyways. So with that said, I'll give you some updates on it. I haven't driven it a lot, but I have about 100 and 180, 190 miles in it now. I've had it about a month. But again, I really wanted the white one, but I started looking at the white ones that they had the dealers, and I noticed though in the Valence here, the paint seemed to be really tacky and really fresh, and in these areas here, the paint was chipping. Mine had no issues. I also noticed this part was sticking out, and like it wasn't fit correctly. So this one didn't have any of those issues. It had some other issues. Now, I could have waited for that one. It's still not built. It's still basically in production when you look at it online. And I don't know, who knows how long it'll take before I see it. I did offer a spray-in bed liner, and then later was told the Ford spray-in bed liners compared to a Line-X are trash. All they do is they just prep the bed. They don't even sand it. They spray it, and I've seen on videos online where people just can literally peel the bed liner off in like an hour or so. So they could take the whole bed liner out, leaving the shiny surface behind. Well, these guys actually, they had to take the bed bolts out. They spray behind the box link cleats. They basically rough up the surface by sanding everything down. They also lifted the bed and pulled it back a little bit so they can get their curtain behind it. The only thing they did do is got a little overspray on the tailpipe with a little clay bar. It came out. And then, of course, after I got it, I went to work cleaning it up, and it's nice and shiny and looks great. So that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll make some more videos. I'll show you some of the miles per gallon that I'm getting. I don't drive too far, so just a short commute I had taken to Canyon Country, California, which is about 7 miles from my house. I had 3.1 electric miles, and the rest were gasoline miles, and I was averaging 23.2 miles a gallon. It's pretty impressive for this big vehicle. So anyways, I hope you like it. Leave comments below, like, share, subscribe, and when I get the tonneau cover, I'll update it and show you what it looks like as well. So take her easy. It's the Car Crazy Guy here from Santa Clarita, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care.